Joining me now is Congressman Adam Schiff, Democrat of California. Congressman, thank you for joining us tonight. And let me start by saying last week was a long and contentious one for you and your fellow lawmakers, as Republicans took 15 rounds of voting to elect Kevin McCarthy Speaker. As you look toward taking up the rules package tomorrow morning, how do you expect this new Congress to function?
It's a really good question, Reverend. I don't expect it to function very well, and it may not function at all, particularly when it comes to the most basic functions of government, and that is keeping the lights on, making sure that the business of the government gets done, making sure that the United States of America lives up to its credit and is credit-worthy. Those are going to be very difficult jobs, even though they're the most basic responsibilities of government, because Kevin McCarthy gave away everything but the title of Speaker. He gave the most extreme elements of his conference the ability to, when a single one of them doesn't like what he does, to put the whole country through another week of what we just had by challenging his ability to stay in that office. So I'm deeply concerned about what it means. And, there we were 2 years to the day after January 6th. Once again, being a spectacle for the rest of the world. And sadly, as we're seeing in Brazil, that example is carrying over to the other countries.
Absolutely. We're looking at that situation in Brazil. But looking ahead to the new Congress here, I want your perspective as the previous chair of the Intelligence Committee on Republicans' plans for investigations. Speaker McCarthy has reportedly agreed to give some of his far-right colleagues the power and resources to conduct wide-ranging probes of everything from the FBI and COVID to the president's family. What are your concerns about this kind of open-ended investigations? Is this what the American people voted for in November, Congressman?
It certainly isn't, and I think it's very dangerous. Basically, they're establishing a subcommittee or a committee on witch hunts and deep state conspiracy theories. And I think the damage they will do will be incalculable. What it will mean is that the intelligence agencies will be very reluctant to share important information with policymakers because they're not going to trust these right-wing members not to go public and disclose classified information that can endanger our national security. And what's more, I think they will bring discredit upon themselves and the FBI and what they do with respect to attacking those who are properly investigating Donald Trump's conduct. This is really right out of the Trump playbook. If you're under investigation for misconduct, then do an investigation of the investigators. Their goal is to disrupt the investigation of Trump's mishandling of classified information in Mar-a-Lago, to disrupt the Justice Department's investigation of Trump and his enablers' role, including some enablers in Congress, on that attack on January 6th. And in the process, they're going to really damage our agencies and the ability of those agencies to protect the country.
Congressman, we particularly appreciate having you with us on this solemn anniversary weekend, 2 years after the January 6th insurrection, which you really referred to. House Democrats and one lone House Republican held that moment of remembrance and reflection Friday for those who lost their lives defending the U.S. Capitol that day. You, of course, sat on the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection, now disbanded after an 18-month probe. A scathing final report called for Donald Trump to be barred from future office, and the panel's recommendation that the Justice Department pursue criminal charges against Trump. Is it, in your view, time for Senate Democrats to take up the House Select Committee's work in some capacity?
I think they should certainly explore the work that is yet to be done and move forward with it. And I would put at the top of that list, Reverend, we made a series of recommendations in our report about how to protect the country going forward, just like the 9/11 Commission did. And just like the 9/11 Commission, it took time to make those recommendations law. It's very unlikely we're going to get a House under, Kevin McCarthy and the QAnon leadership of that conference to go along with reforms to protect us from another January 6th, since they were supporters of the effort to overturn the election. So that work may fall in the first instance to the Senate to do. We did our oversight on the January 6th committee. The Justice Department needs to bring about accountability in the form of justice. And I think the Senate can play a very important role in helping us bring about the reforms necessary to protect the country in the future.
Congressman, you mentioned Brazil. I need your reaction to the news coming out of Brazil this afternoon. Thousands of supporters of former President Bolsonaro have stormed government buildings in the capital of Brasilia, according to the New York Times. The protesters have breached Brazil's Congress, presidential offices, and the Supreme Court. Bolsonaro, a right-wing populist who many have compared to former President Trump, had his claims of voter fraud rejected in the Brazilian courts. His party has even was fined $4 million for what the judge called bad faith litigation. What are your thoughts?
Well, Reverend, we're seeing the pernicious and continuing influence of Donald Trump and his enablers, the damage that they did here at home, and the terrible example they've set for the rest of the world. It began early in the Trump administration with Donald Trump calling, for example, the press the enemy of the people, words that were then echoed by despots like Bashar al-Assad. And now you see in Bolsonaro in Brazil, his supporters deciding, well, hey, and if in the United States of America, the president's supporters can, overrun government buildings and attack government buildings when they lose an election with false claims of fraud, then why can't we do that in Brazil? So, it's really quite terrible. We should be the model for the rest of the world in terms of perfecting democracy, a never-ending challenge, even for the best, the most advanced democracies. But instead, we provided an example under Trump, and which continues with the chaos under his acolytes now in the House leadership. We've instead provided an example for the agents of chaos around the world and those who are affirmatively attacking our democracy. To take it one final step further, Reverend, I'm desperately concerned about what this new majority will do for our support for democracies like Ukraine. We ought to draw inspiration from the courage they're using to defend their democracy, not join with the forces attacking democracy.
All right, I'm going to have to leave it there. We're out of time with you. Thank you so much for being with us, Congressman Adam Schiff. Joining me now is Representative